For true horror stories from rural roads. The truck driver found her at 4:32 a.m. December 19, 2001. Highway 50, Nevada. The loneliest road in America. She was standing in the middle of the highway, wearing a nightgown.
You okay over there?
Covered in blood.
Hey, talk to
Not
me.
moving. Just standing there. Staring. He stopped. Got out. Asked if she was okay. She didn't respond. Didn't blink. Just stared. He called 911. Police arrived. Found her catatonic. Unresponsive. The blood wasn't hers. They traced her to a house 17 miles away. Found her husband inside.
Photographing the entry point.
47 times.
Check this document.
She
Copy.
walked
Noting it.
17 miles.
Moving to the table.
Doctor,
In
where
December,
was I? I don't remember.
in
Let's take
Nevada,
this one step at a time.
and didn't remember
But I need
any
to know,
of it.
please.
These are
understand.
4 real horror stories from rural roads. For incidents where isolation became deadly, where help was miles away, where what happened stayed hidden until it was too late. No fiction, no exaggeration, just what police found when they finally arrived. Story 1. The Highway 50 Walk. Her name was Margaret Hayes, 42 years old. Lived with her husband Donald in a house outside Austin, Nevada. Population 192. Nearest neighbor 2 miles away. Nearest town 10 miles. They'd been married 20 years. No history of violence. No police calls. No complaints. Normal couple. Quiet life. Until December 19, 2001. Police found Donald at 6:15 a.m. After the truck driver called about Margaret, officers went to the address on her ID. House was unlocked. Lights on. Donald in the bedroom. Multiple stab wounds. 47 total. Kitchen knife on the floor. Margaret's fingerprints. Blood evidence everywhere. But Margaret remembered nothing. She was evaluated at the hospital. Physically exhausted. Feet torn up from walking 17 miles barefoot. Hypothermia. But mentally? Gone. No memory of the night. No memory of killing Donald. No memory of walking. Just blank. Psychological evaluation revealed dissociative fugue state. Rare condition. Severe trauma causes the brain to shut down. Person continues functioning, walking, acting, but creates no memories. Like sleepwalking, but awake. Margaret had killed her husband, then walked 17 miles. And her brain protected her by erasing it all. Investigation found the trigger. Donald had been having an affair. Margaret discovered it that night. Confronted him. He admitted it. Said he was leaving. 20 years. Gone. Something in Margaret snapped. She grabbed a knife. Stabbed him. Kept stabbing. 47 times. Then her mind broke. Shut down. Erased. She walked out of the house. Onto Highway 50. Started walking. No destination. No purpose. Just walking. 17 miles. Through December cold. In a nightgown. Her mind protecting her from what she'd done by making her forget she existed. The trial was complex. She was clearly guilty. Evidence overwhelming. But she had no memory. No mens rea. No criminal intent that she could recall. Psychiatrists testified. Explained fugue states. Explained dissociation. Explained how trauma erases itself. The jury convicted her. Manslaughter. Not murder. Couldn't prove premeditation when she couldn't remember. Sentenced to 15 years. Served 11. Released in 2012. Lives in California now. Different name. Different life. Still doesn't remember that night. Still doesn't remember killing Donald. Still doesn't remember walking 17 miles. The horror isn't just the murder. It's the walking. 17 miles. In December. In Nevada. While her mind hid from what she'd done. While she existed but wasn't there. while her body kept going and her consciousness disappeared. The truck driver who found her still drives Highway 50. Still thinks about that night. The woman in the nightgown, standing in his headlights, covered in blood, not moving, not reacting, just standing, like a ghost, like something not quite human. He drives that stretch differently now, slower, more carefully, wondering who else might be walking, and what they might be walking away from. Story 2, The Stranded Family. August 6, 2013. James Glanton and Christina McEntee were driving with their 2 children, 4-year-old Evan, 10-year-old Chloe. They were traveling through northeastern Nevada, remote desert, heading to a family gathering. James took a shortcut, unpaved rural road. Bilamland, Bureau of Land Management. Thousands of acres. No services. No cell signal. No people. The car got stuck. Tire blew. Spare was flat. They were stranded. 48 miles from the nearest town. No way to call for help. No cell signal. No passing cars. They were alone. James decided to walk for help. Left Christina and the kids with the car. Told them to stay. Drink water. He'd be back with help. That was August 6th. He didn't come back August 7th. Or August 8th. Christina waited. Water ran out. Food ran out. Days passed. On August 10th, Christina made a decision. James hadn't returned. 5 days. Something was wrong. She took the children. Started walking. Opposite direction from James. Toward where she thought the main road was. She was wrong. But staying meant dying. They walked through the desert. Summer. Nevada. Over 100 degrees. No water. No food. Christina carried Evan when he couldn't walk. Chloe walked beside her. They walked for 2 days. 48 hours. Through heat. Through night. Through exhaustion. August 12th. A search helicopter spotted them. They'd walked 11 miles. Or maybe hours from death. Dehydrated. Sunburned. Delirious. But alive. Rescue teams took them to hospital. They survived. But James was still missing. Search teams went back out. Searched the area. Searched the route he would have walked. Found him August 13th dead. 3 miles from the car. He'd walked 3 miles. Then collapsed. Died from heat exposure. Dehydration. His body had given out. He tried to save his family. And died trying. The horror is in the distance. 3 miles. James died 3 miles from the car. 45 miles from town. Christina and the kids walked 11 miles. 14 miles total from the car. If James had gone their direction, they might have found each other. But he went the wrong way. And died alone. In the desert. While his family waited. Then what? And survived. The unpaved road still exists. Bilamland. Accessible. Legal to drive. But dangerous. No services. No cell signal. No rescue if something goes wrong. James and Christina's story is used by Nevada Search and Rescue. Teaching people. Don't take shortcuts. Don't trust unpaved roads. Don't assume you can walk out. The desert doesn't forgive mistakes. Christina and her children survived. But they lost James. 40-year-old father who tried to save them. Who walked 3 miles into heat and death. While they walked 11 miles into survival. The difference was direction. And luck. And nothing else. Story 3. The Broken Down Couple. February 14, 2015. Valentine's Day. Tammy and Mike Dunbar were driving through rural Idaho. Highway 93. North of Challis. Monotonous. Remote. Winter. They were heading home from vacation. Their car broke down. Engine failed. Middle of nowhere. Temperature dropping. 18 degrees. Snow coming. Mike tried calling for help. No cell signal. They were 53 miles from Chalice, 70 miles from Salmon. No houses visible. No traffic. They'd passed maybe 3 cars in an hour. They decided to stay with the car. Wait for help. Wait for someone to pass. No one passed. Hours went by. 6 hours. 8 hours. Dark came. Temperature dropped to 5 degrees. They ran the car periodically for heat. But gas was limited. Had to conserve. They had snacks, water, warm clothes. But it wasn't enough. Not for an Idaho winter night. At 2 a.m., they made a decision. 15 hours stranded. No help coming. They would freeze if they stayed. They started walking toward Chalice. 53 miles. In the dark. In 5-degree weather. With snow falling. They had no choice. Staying meant dying. They walked for 6 hours. Made it 4 miles. That's all. For miles. Then Mike collapsed. Hypothermia. Couldn't go further. Tammy tried to help him. Tried to keep him warm. Couldn't. He was dying. She had to choose. Stay with him and die. Or go for help. She left him. Walked on. Alone. Another 2 miles. Found a ranch house. 8:30 a.m. Pounded on the door. Family inside called 911. Rescue teams went out. Found Mike at 10:15 a.m. Still alive. Barely. Body temperature 88 degrees. Normal is 98.6. He was 10 degrees hypothermic. Another hour would have killed him. Both survived. Hospitalized. Treated for severe hypothermia. Frostbite. Exhaustion. Mike lost 3 toes. Tammy lost 2. But they lived. Because Tammy left Mike. Because she walked those last 2 miles alone. Because she chose survival over staying together. The psychological impact was worse than the physical. Tammy left her husband to die. That's what it felt like. Even though it was the only option. Even though staying would have killed them both. Even though Mike told her to go. She still left him. In the snow. In the dark. Not knowing if he'd survive. They're still married. Still together. But that night changed them. Mike knows Tammy left him. Tammy knows she left Mike. It was the right decision. The only decision. But it haunts them. The memory of her walking away. Him watching her go. Both wondering if they'd see each other again. Highway 93 still runs through rural Idaho. Still remote. Still dangerous in winter. The Dunbar story is taught in survival courses. Decisions in crisis. When to stay with your vehicle. When to walk. When to split up. There's no perfect answer. Just choices. And consequences. And luck. The ranch family still lives there. Still remembers the woman pounding on their door. Covered in snow. Crying. Saying her husband was dying. They helped. Called for rescue. Saved 2 lives. They're heroes. But they can't forget. None of them can. The Dunbars lived. But they live differently now. With the knowledge of what they had to do. And what it cost. Story 4. The Missing Cyclist. July 3, 2019. Jarrod Wyatt, 34, was cycling across America. Long-distance cyclist. Experienced. Documenting his journey online. Posted regularly. Photos. Updates. Location. Thousands of followers. He was in New Mexico. Heading east on Highway 60. Remote. But Jarrod was prepared. Water. Supplies. GPS tracker. On July 3rd, he posted a photo. Morning. Said he was making good progress. Heading toward Quemado. 60 miles away. Hot day ahead. That was 8:47 a.m. His last post. His GPS tracker showed him traveling east. Steady progress. Then at 2:15 p.m., it stopped. Middle of nowhere. Highway 60. Between Springerville and Quemado. He stopped moving and never moved again. His followers noticed. By evening, he hadn't posted again. Unusual. He posted multiple times daily. By midnight, people were worried. Contacted authorities. New Mexico State Police checked his GPS, found the location. Sent officers. They found his bicycle. July 4th, 10 a.m. on the shoulder of Highway 60. No Jarrod. His gear was there. His phone. His water bottles. Everything. But no Jarrod. Like he'd vanished.
Got off the bike.
Walked away. Disappeared. Search teams deployed. Helicopters. Ground crews. Dogs. Searched the area. Found nothing. No tracks. No signs of struggle. No body. Just his bicycle. And his gear. And emptiness. The search continued for weeks. Expanded to hundreds of square miles. Nothing. Jarrod Wyatt had vanished. In broad daylight. On a highway. With all his gear left behind. No explanation. No evidence. No body. Theories emerged.
Heatstroke.
Disoriented. Walked into desert. The animals scattered remains. Possible. But no body. No bones. Nothing found. Foul play. Someone stopped. Took him. Killed him. Hit him. Possible. But no witnesses. No evidence. No suspects. The search was called off August 15th, 6 weeks. No leads. No answers. Jarrod Wyatt is still missing. 5 years later. His bicycle is in evidence. His gear catalogued. His social media frozen on that last post. Morning. July 3rd, 2019. Hot day ahead. His last words. His family keeps searching. Private investigators. Psychics. Volunteers. Anyone who'll help. They've spent thousands. Years of their lives. Searching. Hoping. Needing answers. They have none. Just a bicycle. And a GPS point. And the knowledge that somewhere, in the New Mexico desert, Jarrod is. Or was. And they'll never know what happened. The horror is the vanishing. Not the violence. Not the death. The not knowing. Jarrod was documenting everything. Posting online. Tracked by GPS modern. Connected. And still disappeared. Still vanished. Still left no trace. In broad daylight. On a highway. In 2019. Highway 60 still runs through New Mexico. Still remote. Still dangerous. Jarrod's followers memorial ride it sometimes. Cycling the route he took. Stopping where his GPS stopped. Paying respects. Hoping for answers. Finding none. Just heat. And distance. And the terrible uncertainty of his absence. These are 4 true horror stories from rural roads. Margaret Hayes walked 17 miles after killing her husband and remembered none of it. James Glanton died 3 miles from his car trying to save his family. Tammy Dunbar left her husband in the snow to get help. Jarrod Wyatt vanished from a highway in broad daylight with all his gear left behind. All real. All documented. All prove that rural roads are dangerous not because of what's on them, but because of their isolation. Because help is far away. Because mistakes are fatal. Because people disappear and no one sees. No one hears. No one knows. The horror is in the emptiness. Margaret walked 17 miles and saw no one. James died alone in the desert. Tammy chose survival over staying together. Jarrod vanished completely. All on rural roads. All in isolation. All proving that sometimes being alone is the most dangerous thing of all. These roads still exist. People still drive them. Still bike them. Still break down on them. And some still disappear. Because rural roads are beautiful. And empty. And unforgiving. And sometimes that emptiness swallows people. And never gives them back. So you just watched 4 true horror stories from rural roads that'll make you think twice before taking that shortcut. Margaret walked 17 miles covered in blood. James died 3 miles from his car. Tammy had to leave her husband to save them both. Jarrod vanished with all his gear in broad daylight. If these real stories made you check your gas tank and cell signal, obliterate that like button. Destroy it like Margaret's memories. Annihilate it. Want more true horror from America's empty roads? Smash that subscribe button and demolish that notification bell. Because we're bringing you real cases of people who drove into isolation and never came back. Drop a comment. Have you ever broken down on a rural road? Ever taken a shortcut that went wrong? Share your story. Your experience could save someone's life. And tag someone who takes risky roads. Let them know the danger is real. Share this everywhere. Because Margaret didn't remember killing her husband. Because James walked the wrong direction. Because Tammy made an impossible choice. Because Jarrod is still missing. Awareness saves lives. Here's what should terrify you. Margaret's mind erased reality. James died with his family 11 miles in the opposite direction. Tammy left Mike because staying would have killed them both. Jarrod had GPS, phone, followers, and still vanished. Rural roads don't forgive. These aren't urban legends. These are police reports. Search and rescue documentation. Missing person cases. GPS data. Real evidence of real horror. And the worst part? Right now, someone is broken down on a rural road. Someone is walking the wrong direction. Someone is making impossible choices. Someone is disappearing. Just like these 4 cases. Rural roads aren't dangerous because of what's on them. They're dangerous because of what's not. No people. No services. No cell signal. No second chances. Nature doesn't care. Distance doesn't forgive. Isolation kills. Before you take that scenic route, that shortcut, that road less traveled, remember Margaret. Remember James. Remember the Dunbars. Remember Jarrod. Because they all thought they'd be fine. They were wrong. More true rural horror coming. Check your spare. Bring extra water. Tell people where you're going. And remember, the most beautiful roads are often the deadliest.